Oh my gosh, everybody. We've got Matthew Leffler on the show today. Matthew Leffler. Do you understand what that means? Matthew Leffler on the show, standing out. Let's go. It's time to get started. Here we go. Oh my goodness, everybody. What's up? Trey Griggs here, Beta Consulting Group, and we are about to get crazy. It is time to have a good time today. We've got two guests on this show today. It's a double-sized show today. Super excited about that. Before we do that, though, of course, we've got to give a few shout-outs to some peeps that make this thing possible. But before we do that even, listen, it's Q4, everybody. It is Q4. If you're in sales, what are you doing? It's Q4. Get after it. Get after it with everything you got. Finish the year really strong. That's going to be awesome. Okay, some shout outs. First of all, I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, to TAFS. They are the good guys in freight factoring. They are helping companies, especially owner operators and drivers, keep those wheels turning with fuel discounts, tire discounts, cash flow resources, all kinds of great things. Check them out at tafs.com or simply click on the link that we're going to put into the comments today. That'll take you right to my landing page, and you can get started with them today. And listen, if you are behind the wheel of a truck, thank you. We appreciate everything that you are doing. It is so awesome to have heroes like you moving the economy, keeping things moving, keeping the goods moving, making sure when we go to the grocery store, we've got stuff. If truckers stopped, everybody, 3 days we'd be out of food. So just keep that in mind. Truckers are the backbone of the economy, so we appreciate you very much. Also, while you're out surfing the internet, as they say, check us out at betaconsultinggroup.com. We're helping companies tell their stories, move out of the realm of obscurity into being a well-known brand. We are all about that. We're going to talk about that a little bit on the show today. But check us out. Fill out a form. We'd love to work with you. And while you're there, you might as well pick up some swag. We got some awesome swag items. And we got a new coupon code, everybody. It's October. So when you go to our swag store at shop.betaconsultinggroup.com, pick up a mug, pick up a water bottle, a t-shirt, all kinds of fun stuff. And remember that every time you look at it, remind yourself to be excellent today. That's what we're all about. Use the coupon code SPOOKY to get 20% off of your entire order at the swag store. All right, everybody. We've got some awesome guests today. Super excited about this. We're going to bring them onto the show and have a great time. From Beta Consulting Group, everybody give it up for Chris Horton and the armchair attorney, Matthew Leffler.
What's going on?
Do you know what song that is? Name it right now.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
Oh, come on.
Oh, come on, Matthew Leffler. Oh,
all I listen to is rapping
Really?
Weird Al. What else am I going to do? That's all I do. Thank you for having me on the program.
There's a part of me that believes that. I believe that 100%, that the only rapper you listen to is Weird Al Yankovic. I believe that.
Jump around.
Living in an Amish
Jump
paradise.
Jump
That was
up,
House
jump
of
up and
Pain
get down.
with their 1990s hit, Jump Around. All right.
Oh,
And listen,
that sounds
1990s,
reasonable.
that was the era of the one hit wonder. I mean, House of Pain may have had some other hits. I don't know any of them. I know Jump Around. That's the one I know.
You don't need to know any of the other songs that they did. You only need to know that song.
You really don't. I mean, if you know that, you're in good shape. I mean, that's just kind of the way it works. So, gentlemen, listen, hey, it is great having you both on the show. We've done this before. This is round 2, and I'm sure there will be a round 3. So we got a lot to talk about. If you're in the comments and you're watching along, tell us where you're watching from today. We're going to have a great time with everybody. All right. So, Matthew, great having you on the show, man. Last time you were on the show, lots changed since then, my friend. A lot has changed. You've done a little lawyering. You've done a little podcasting, and I see a new logo on the shirt there. Show everybody the logo.
There you go, everybody.
Get the microphone. Yeah, there you go. There it is.
Backwards.
Epica Fleet Services.
Epica Fleet Services. We are a provider of maintenance and repair solutions across the United States. We have mobile maintenance. We have shop services, over 200 employees, I think 200 mechanics at this point. And we just did a partnership with the 24/7 call center downtime. So we are out here to help fleets maximize their uptime by driving better preventative maintenance.
I can't believe you said that without smiling. I know how giddy you are when it comes to
love
maintenance.
maintenance.
I know. Look at that smiles. Yeah, that was quite the pitch. That was like a serious pitch, but now we're getting to the passion of it all. That's for sure.
Matthew, I've heard you talk about this before. I've heard you say how much you love maintenance. What is it about that side of the business that you love? Tell me.
if you're in maintenance, you have to truly understand operations and safety. So supply chains exist to enable growth, to fulfill orders, to move all sorts of things. But if you don't maintain those supply lines, you will fail. And so maintenance is inextricably linked to supply chain. So that good that arrives at your porch or on your doorstep or on your shelves at the school, at the different stores, it is because of good preventative maintenance. And why I'm so passionate about this, we've talked before, things like International Road Trek or Brake Safety Week, where we see between 10 and 20% of commercial vehicles fail because they're not maintained. So we have to get excited about maintenance because it's my family on the highway. It's your family on the highway. We want to make sure everything is running smoothly and safely. I love maintenance.
Clearly. And I love the fact that you love it. I mean, it's a passion, but we talk about shortage of capacity out on the road. If a truck is off the road because of a maintenance issue that could have been prevented, it's just like eliminating capacity and just makes the whole thing worse. We have a shortage of diesel technicians. We have a shortage of drivers. But if the trucks aren't in good shape, who cares? It doesn't matter.
Right.
100%.
And I figured it was something like that. It's just good to hear people say it. Like I feel like that's a side of the conversation that doesn't get talked about enough, doesn't get put at the forefront enough. And so I'm happy when I hear you say that.
There's an ongoing joke within the transportation business that operations is the king of everything, and then safety and maintenance vie for who's least important. But the reality of it is safety, maintenance, and operations are three parts of that triangle that gives you a great experience with moving freight.
Right. Yeah, no, that's true. Definitely true. All right. Well, glad to hear things are going well for you. Glad to have you on the show again. We got lots to talk about today. Chris, you got some new things going on. Since the last time you were on the show, you got your own show now. What the heck?
Yep. Yeah, DJ Flores and I launched the What's Next podcast every Thursday, 3:30 p.m. Central Time. We saw that there was
Eastern Time. It's 2:30
Eastern Time. Excuse me. Yes, I've done that. I've done that so many times. It's 3:30 Eastern. Don't show up late. You can always watch it later. You can go back and watch it later. But we noticed that there weren't as many afternoon shows going on, and so there's our logo, and so we go live on.
Look at that.
I like it.
Sure.
We go live on LinkedIn. We go live on YouTube. We go live on Facebook, and it's enjoyed. DJ's a great guy. If you have not had the chance to connect with him, you should. He's a great guy. He's had some awesome experiences, not just in the logistics industry, but really in life. And our show is really centered around about moving forward, just figuring out what's next, taking the next step, and pushing yourself to be better. And so this Thursday we're going to have a pretty exciting guest that we're going to announce here in a little while, and you'll see that promoted out there as well. But it's going really, really well.
Yeah, no, it's exciting, and I love the fact that it's focused on helping people move forward, because I think so many people in life get stuck or they're afraid. They just don't know how to take the next step. I really believe that we all have these kind of like these dreams, these visions of what we think our life can be or what we can do for humanity, what we can do in our communities, whatever it is. But sometimes there's just things in our mind that keep us from acting, keep us from doing it. So I love the fact that you're having that podcast. What is next for the What's Next podcast?
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, is we've got a guest coming up this week. He's got an amazing story that we're going to be able to tell, and we're diving into a lot of our conversation so far has been focused around entrepreneurship, but it's not just about that. Regardless of where you work, who you work for, what industry you're in, you can view your job, you can view your life a few different ways. You are working for this person or this company to get a paycheck, to make sure you're taking care of your family, yes. Or you can continue to pursue things that you want to achieve while working your job. Like even though you're working for someone, you can work for yourself, if that makes sense. It was kind of a mind shift. A mindset shift for me, in that I wasn't really working for myself. I was just working jobs just to get paid, but I wasn't doing what I love. And I'm like, okay, well, what do I love to do? Well, I love playing music, so I joined a band. I love the idea of working for myself.
Shout out 141s. So, we got, don't gloss over that. Shout out to the 141s, which is the top cover band in the St. Louis area, I must
The
say.
top
So,
cover band.
I'm
You said it,
Covering
not me.
what?
they're
What's your genre, Chris? What are you playing?
Oh man, there's
All kinds
so
of stuff.
many. We play some Wallflowers. We play some Foo Fighters. We play some John Mayer. We play some Beatles. We play some
Ed Sheeran
Zeppelin.
now.
We play
I
some Ed
request
Sheeran.
Banana Phone by Raffi. Great song to listen to over and over and over and over.
That'll be
and
on the next
over
playlist,
again.
I'm sure.
Matthew, if you drive down to St. Louis and come to one of our shows, then I'll play it just for you.
Oh, okay. That's a that's a compelling proposition. We'll have
we
to
gotta
make
get
that
him
happen.
down. That's right. We got to get him down
So
here. That is for sure.
you got to make it happen. But I just started asking myself, like, what do I want for me? And what do I want to do? What am I passionate about? What do I love doing? And so I got out of my status quo job and into a job working here with Beta that I love. I get to do stuff like this. I get to talk to new people. I get to learn an industry that's a bit newer to me, but I get to help people tell stories, and I get to help them kind of push their business forward, which I love to do. I love helping other people succeed and businesses succeed. And so it's not about just working for yourself. It's about working in a situation that is life-giving to you, or doing things that are life-giving to you. And I just got tired of being in a situation where I wasn't doing that. And so that just kind of got the wheels turning, and I started having conversations with DJ, and he and I lined up a lot on that. And so we're not only trying to help other people kind of shift their mentality, we're trying to shift our own and help each other. So
Yeah, and that's what I love about what you're doing right now, Chris. And when we started talking, I remember one of the first things I said to you was, "Man, I'd love to work with you, but I don't want you to ever feel like you're building my dream. I want you to start building your dream. And how can I help with that?" And that's the mindset that we have here with all of our team members is, hey, how can you build the life that you know is inside of you, that you want to chase after, and to even just try it out, see if it'll work. How can we make that happen while we get to work together?
Yeah.
And that's been the fun thing, is seeing that, just seeing, like, Morgan's working towards having a farm someday. Ruth is thinking about going to law school, which, Matt, maybe you should talk her out about, I don't know. But
I'd love to talk to her about
she's
that.
She's thinking about that. But it's like, it's like helping people explore life and figure out what they want and what they want to be. It's not mutually exclusive that they have to work for you only and they can't pursue their dreams. I think if you're intentional about it, you can accomplish both, but you got to be intentional about it. It has to be a good fit. And that's what we're doing. Chris, I love it, man. I love going to your shows. I love hearing about some of the ideas you have and what you're doing. And of course, you've been a huge part of Beta's growth and what we're doing here. So it's cool, man. It's fun.
Yeah, it's a fun journey, and I love sharing the journey with others.
Yeah, it's a blast. I found a friend. I got a friend here in St. Louis now, and a golf buddy. We play golf together. Yes, so good. All right, so Matthew, listen. Something that we've been doing is we've been doing kind of like a video newsletter recently, and just to do something a little different. We call it BCG in 3. We're going to try to get through everything that's happening at Beta Consulting Group in the month of October in 3 minutes.
All right.
So I don't know if it's going to happen. Last time we tried it, we were a little long. We went 8 minutes, so not close.
All right.
We haven't come up with the BCG in 3 name yet, by the way. We're
I know.
BCG in 3 plus a few. I don't know.
Yeah, BG 3 and 3 plus doesn't sound as good. So anyways, BCG in 3, everybody, brought to you by Beta Consulting Group. Here's how it goes. Okay, so here's the rundown. First of all, Morgan got married. Somebody keep the timer. It's 13:33 in the show, so 16:33 got to be done. Morgan got married, our director of communications. She got married on Saturday, and very excited for her and for Hunter.
Congrats, Morgan.
So she's going to come back with a new name. She'll be back at the end of October. She's enjoying her wedding. It's going to be cool. I can't wait to talk about her story. I might have to have her on the show. So that's exciting. Chris, we got some events coming up. What's coming up? We got some events.
We do. You get to do a ride along on Tuesday, October 25th.
Let's go. Maybe Monday, but we're working on the day, but possibly Tuesday. I'm going to get to ride with Ardor Express. Yes.
We're going to attempt to do some content live from the cab of the truck.
We are.
What I love about that is that's with Sadie Church. I know you have a time limit, but this is great. So Ardor Express is a truckload carrier out of the St. Louis area, over 800 pieces of power, over 3,000 trailers.
No empty seats. How crazy is that?
Well, the story of Ardor is a story of driver retention, and they have one of the best numbers in driver retention in
100%.
this industry, bar none. They are at the top of the top, and it has to do with a culture that values drivers as essential parts of the organization. This is a beautiful story. I'm excited to watch you on the ride along.
It's going to be great. Yeah, and we're going to try to do my podcast live from the cab of the truck. We'll see how that works out. And we're going to get a little content with the driver who's being a great sport and let me ride along. We're going to go to Kansas City. I'm going to come back. So down and back trip, 1 day trip. Super excited about it. Thank you to Art Express, our friends over there. That's exciting. So that's going to be great. On the heels of that, we've got Technovations, October 26th through 28th in Phoenix. We'll be out there. So it's going to be great. Excited to see all of our friends in the freight brokerage industry at the TIA event that is focused on technology. Matt, you going? You going to be there? You got baby coming up.
So I am restricted from traveling.
You got a 25-mile radius, I think.
Yeah. So we have a date set up now at November 15th for the arrival of the twins. And our expectation is we will make it to that date, but it's possible we don't.
And at that point, that's an any day now kind of situation.
Yes, very much.
You will not be there. So we got that. Then we have the Tough Mudder, the Iron Minds, inaugural Iron Minds Tough Mudder Charity Challenge that weekend, Saturday, October 29th, Dallas, Texas. Jordan Bell, Hayden Allred, Chris Mayberry, Raquel and John Packett. So excited to have them with us. We're going to have a great team. We're going to raise some money for charity, raising it for ALS. So that's going to be exciting. And I get to do 9 miles and 30 obstacles in the mud. So that's going to be great. And then
have fun
on the heels of, thank you. Now, this is in October, but it's right on the heels, like literally beginning of November. We got F3 down in Chattanooga. Very excited about that as well. Seeing our friends down there from the supply chain. Going to have some fun. Going to play golf with Nathan Frazier. That's going to all be good. Okay, we got 30 seconds left. This is not going to happen. All right. Service of the month. Chris, what's our service of the month off? What's the service offering that Beta has? What are we going to focus on this month?
Our big focus, our big emphasis this month is SEO, and search engine optimization is such a key component of what we do at Beta Consulting Group. And it is because it is the foundational building block off which everything else we do matters and has an impact. You can create online content. You can write a great mission statement, vision statement, create your core values. You can write blogs. You can do videos. You can do all of these things. But without some data and some numbers and some science behind what you're doing, it's half as powerful as it could be. And so we use our SEO team. Shout out to Nathan Masirian. He is the best in the business at this.
The best in the business. 100%.
We use their research and their hard work to build incredible content strategy and just and set businesses up for success for years to come.
Yeah, so it's very exciting. So we're pumped to offer that. And so if that's an area where if you've never dabbled in that in SEO and you don't understand exactly what it is, or maybe you did a long time ago, you're not sure if it's correct or want some help with that, reach out to us. That's a huge part of what we do. Nathan's the best, and it leads everything that we do. You know, it's great to tell stories, but you got to get people to the website to read them, and you got to also know what your prospects are wanting. And so it's all foundational. So we love that. So it's awesome. And then we got some podcast stuff coming up. So we've already talked about what's next. We're going to skip by that just a little bit. You got some great guests coming up, but that's good. We got some awesome guests on Standing Out, including you guys right now. We got some Gabe Pankin's going to be on tomorrow, and just so many other great guests.
Gabe is awesome. I really
awesome.
I got to meet Gabe for the first time in person at the Inland Distribution Conference for the Journal of Commerce last week. And I see the day after that, you got Abby Haffenbrettel.
She's awesome.
Abby's great, but I insist the pronunciation of the name is Haffenbrettel. That's the right German way to pronounce it.
I need to make it.
Roll those R's, buddy. Roll those R's.
Roll the R's. Haffenbrettel. I'll have to work on that.
You're going to have those are two incredible folks. Rocket Shipping is a very interesting organization, and they're getting into new truckload brokerage. So there's a lot of cool stuff going on over at Rocket Shipping.
Yeah. It's going to be awesome. I got Mark Colson, who is the director of the Alabama Trucking Association, is going to be on the show. We got several incredible guests. So really excited about that. And we're going to be doing some live shows from TIA. So that's good as well. And then word on the street, we got some big news coming up. We got an announcement this week, everybody. So make sure you tune in on Friday at noon for word on the street. Got a big announcement. Got also have Mark Dirks from Blue Grace on the show this week. And it's just going to be a great month of shows. Noon Friday for an hour. Come join us at the Street Crew. We have a great time with that. And then finally, we'll try to get us out of here in 5 minutes. We're getting closer, 6 minutes. We're getting closer, Chris. We're getting closer. But finally, everybody, it's October, so it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Shout out to all the ladies out there and anybody who's had to deal with that. Cancer in itself is just terrible. We hate that. And of course, so we're thinking about the ladies that have to go through that. It's just horrible. So there's going to be some fundraisers for that, I'm sure. And just be aware of that. There is a woman named Ava who is a truck driver, and she has a breast cancer awareness truck. And if I can get a picture of that, I'm going to show it. It's the whole truck. It's painted up.
Awesome.
It's just awesome. So cool. But just research and money towards that is always so helpful. So that's October for everybody. And we got that coupon code Spooky at the swag shop. So that's it.
I would have kept it Go Chiefs, but I like Spooky.
Go Chiefs is good. They did dominate. We will say that they did dominate this week, so it would have been a good one. Okay, so that was what time did we start? 13:30. Okay, so that was 6 minutes. So we're moving in the right direction, Chris.
If we shave 2 minutes off every time we do it, we'll get there.
That's right. We'll get there. All right. So Matthew, let's turn the tables on you. What's going on with the Armchair Attorney and Epica coming up? You've got your weekly podcast that you've got some great guests on. You have some interesting correspondence from time to time. Talk about that. When did you decide correspondence was the way to go? Were you watching The Daily Show and went, "This is it"?
That's a great question. I don't think there was a moment where I said, this is what I have to do. Everybody I talk to say, Matt, you need to be consistent with what you do. Consistent on timing, consistent on tenor, consistent on whatever. And I said, I don't know. I'm not doing that. I do what I feel like doing. And so I said, hey, the first one was with Abby Haffenbrettel, and I had Jason Miller, professor at the Eli Broad College of Business and interim chair of the supply chain school they have over at Michigan State.
One of the smartest guys.
He's an incredible mind, and he's also got a good sense of humor. So I was talking to Jason. I said, hey, buddy, this is before we went on the show. I said, look, is it okay with you if I just interrupt you mid-conversation and get a special update from a correspondent? He's like, sure. He had no idea what it was going to be about, and
neither did you.
Neither did I. And then it was The Bachelorette, and the people were just clamoring for understanding this. And Abby, such an incredible sport, great improv talent. It was a lot of fun.
She is.
And we're still working at new things. This week, we're doing a new version of what we've been doing historically. So I have Bill Priestley from Freight Waves. He's the guy you talk to go on the television show for Freight Waves. So Bill's a really interesting guy. And I'll have Britton Ladd in the beginning half of the program. And Britton's going to break down a news story. We don't know what the news is going to be yet. Maybe he's going to tell me, maybe he doesn't.
That guy's content is so good. He's so smart.
He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then I was on Freight Waves yesterday talking about a Federal Trade Commission talking about the gig economy workers. And just briefly to talk about this just for a second, about 16% of Americans make some form of money through a gig company. And of that, like 14% of people who it's a lot of people. About 14% of people who are using these gig platforms make under minimum wage. And about 30% of them at some point in the last month or two are using things like SNAP, the government assistance for food. So this idea that these gig companies can come bring all this value to our lives and not cost us an arm and a leg is kind of a fallacy. We're paying for it. We pay for it with different federal programs and different ways we have to legislate these things. But it's fascinating topic.
For it. They're just not paying for it.
That's what it is. That's what it always is. That's what it's always been.
They always shift it to taxpayers or shift it to somebody else, right?
You just tip them more. That'll solve the problem.
Right. No, that's fascinating. And your show is awesome. And I have been so blessed to be a correspondent. It's actually quite fun to do that. We've had some good times. I'm sure there'll be some more good times as well coming up. So 100%. Everybody, make sure you catch that show. That show is actually at 1 Central, 2 Eastern. On Fridays for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, something like that.
It's like an hour. And then I'm going to change up the time. I have Jacqueline Schaefer. She's the founder of Clear Brief, which is an AI powered legal research and writing tool. And she'll be on Thursday. That'll be the couple weeks. I don't know. It's all blurred. They all blur together. I don't have a staff, Trey. It's just me improving.
Well, hey, one day you'll get there. Don't worry about it.
I'm just glad you're doing a show.
Oh, thank you.
Your content is great. Listening to you talk is fascinating, and I'm just happy that you're doing it.
Thank you. I've learned. So I made a podcast called Armchair Attorney. What I like about the podcast is it's alliteration. So it's Armchair Attorney, the A, and it's one of the first things you see if you go to the podcast to download. If you start subscribing, then whatever. My most popular podcast is not an interview. It's actually just me reading the poem "The Raven." And that has had
because your voice is so good. Listen, if people are ranking voices, I know I'm last on this show. Both of you have silky smooth voices. They're so good. And so I don't you should just read more. That's the way to do it.
It's got to be public domain, so I don't want to get sued. That's the whole point.
Of course not.
It's fantastic. Your swag is fantastic. I have your face on a coffee mug.
I
have that I use.
That makes me so happy.
You've brainwashed
absolutely that I use regularly. So to be fair, you both have swag and I don't. So I got to figure that out.
We'll
I
get
gotta
you a
figure
face.
that
You
out.
got the bald head and the glasses. It would be so easy to do. I mean, we got to make this happen. That's for sure. Hey, we got another announcement real quick. Shout out to our friend Macy Reyes over at Hire Master. Our good friend Macy Reyes, who is a first-time mama. Everybody, look at this. This is little Hilton Davy Reyes. Came into the world September 26, 2022, weighing in at 7 pounds, 1 ounce, and 19 and a half inches. Look how skinny his legs are. Listen, my babies were fat. Our kids were fat. But that kid is he looks like he's ready to go play some hoops or something. I don't know. He's ready to go. So
Babies are the best.
Babies are awesome. And congratulations to Macy, first time mama. And we're so happy for her. So looking forward to meeting the little guy, and glad everybody's healthy and doing well. So very, very exciting. And Matthew, you've got twins coming up. You're about to go to a family of 6. Are you freaked out? Is it crazy?
I'll say, I have always felt comfortable doing just about anything because I understand how to solve certain problems. I understand what obstacle I face. I have no idea what I'm doing. I am terrified that this is a complete different experience, and I don't even know. Like Donald Rumsfeld had a famous quote of what the known knowns, the unknown unknowns, and the known unknowns, and then the unknown unknowns. This is the unknown unknown. I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm getting into.
But it's exciting, man. It's crazy. But I can't imagine having small children, now bringing 2 more into it. The amount of sleep you're gonna get. I mean, I'm rooting for you, buddy, from over here.
I need sleep. I'm a human being. I'm not a robot or an automaton. Not yet.
And are they going to wake up at the same time and go to sleep at the same time? Or are they going to do this number, which I've heard, this one's awake and you feed them, and then this one
whack-a-mole. Whack-a-mole.
I mean, and then you got the other kids. They might wake up. I mean, I don't know, man. This is going to be quite the challenge, but I'm sure we'll have the next time we see you on the show, there may be more bags under your eyes.
Pulled all of the hair out and just puffing it out.
Be sending you moral support and good vibes.
I appreciate
while he raises his one child.
Hey, we've had the conversation for months, and I think we're done. Charlie is the easiest kid in the world.
Why do you want to mess this up?
She sleeps. We can take trips. She's just go with the flow. We're like, hey, you're gonna go stay at Mimi's house tonight. We're gonna go on a date. She's like, okay, love you, bye, and then Chris, just runs off.
I think you've convinced me that I should go back to just one kid. So I got to figure out what the return policy is of the twins.
Here's what I want to see. I want to see Tommy Boy hair pulled up. I want that picture where it's just.
I don't know. It's exciting.
No, it is exciting. Man.
I need to watch that movie again.
We do. That's a good one. And let me tell you something else too. This is a topic we've got to talk about. And Matthew, you're a little bit younger than I am. I don't know how old you are, but
I'm 37. I'm not
37. Old. Okay, and Chris is 36. Okay, and I'm
so
44.
Much harder when you
I'm
37, Chris.
So here's something that's really starting to bother me. All right, there are people in. Sorry, I missed that joke. I was in my own world.
He goes, it's so much harder when you turn 37. I'm like,
yeah, I was telling Chris, he has no idea. 36. I was so young. I was so naive.
Oh, you guys suck. All right, listen. So anyways, there are people in this world and in my own company that haven't watched that movie. That don't know what Nacho Libre is. That don't know what Dumb and Dumber is. Never seen it. Never heard of it.
It's a fireable offense with Tommy Boy,
it's close.
In my opinion.
I mean,
Dumb and Dumber too, but Tommy Boy for me, I don't know that it gets better than Chris Farley.
Black Sheep was good too. That whole movie was awesome too. I mean,
I'm a Chris Farley fan, man.
I just, I don't know what to do with these people that they're so young, Matthew.
Some companies pay for training, so you could pay them to watch the movies and have small reports they can
Our
do.
Thursday happy hour, Chris, this week is going to be watching one of those movies. That's what we should do. We should just turn it on.
It has to be. Matthew, are you an Aaron Sorkin fan?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay. They've never seen The West Wing.
They've never seen West Wing.
Oh,
nothing about it.
Unless you're like a David Mamet fan, like the fast talking. Some people don't like that. If you like Gilmore Girls, you might like West Wing. That's like the fast talking method. But no, I agree.
It's just so
I love pretty much everything Aaron Sorkin has done. Yeah. A Few Good Men, The Social Network, The American President, Newsroom.
Classic.
Come on, it's so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
People need to watch more Monty Python. Like, I'm waiting for you guys to say, like, Life of Brian or Holy Grail. Like, those are also very important foundational things.
Those should be required movies for new team members. That's something we're gonna have to consider. But
I'm
yeah,
writing that
hour,
in our onboarding documents.
This happy hour may just be Dumb and Dumber. It may just be, and you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm totally cool with that. In fact, what would be great is if we turn it on and didn't say a word and just like this is it, and you can't leave. This is what we're doing. We're watching Dumb and Dumber. But anyways, guys, listen. Hey, always great to have you on the show. As always, just a blast. And folks, make sure you come back tomorrow. Going to have a great opportunity to talk to Gabe Pankinen about what's happening at Rocket Shipping. They're doing some big things. Samantha Jones over there, a lot of good things happening with them. And make sure you come back every day this week. Got great shows. Abby Heffenbrettel is going to be on the show.
Yeah.
There you go. Got the rolled R. It's going to be great. And so make sure you come back every day for an episode of Standing Out, daily podcast about sales, marketing, and leadership. We will see you guys on the flip flop. Peace out, everybody.
Happy National Golf Lovers Day.
Oh, yeah. All those.
I didn't get to it. Happy Taco Day. Oh, man.
Happy National Cinnabon Day.
I got a job. I got a call at 11. I'm sorry, guys. Take care.
I know. All right.
Happy National
What's still
Vodka
live?
Day.